I'm a couple days late for the June garden tour, but here is how things are looking today. Not really all that much different from the 15th, which is only a couple days ago. I definitely have a lot of volunteer sunflowers popping up, but the onions are doing great in here. This nasturtium has the biggest leaves I've ever seen and the brightest red flower. The eggplants were struggling. I pulled out some of the extra marigolds to give them more room. Garlic is doing great. I have already pulled the scapes. I have one mustard here going to flower. I had green beans in here, but the rabbits came and ate them, so I recently replanted that with okra. I have cucumbers to grow up on this trellis, as well as some zucchini in there and marigolds. Don't really have much planted in this section other than more mustard that I have let flower. And down here along this trellis, some little baby cucamelon plants are growing. Continuing this way, this is where most of the sunflowers reseeded. And back in here behind the jungle is where I planted my 2 artichokes that don't have enough sun to grow, as well as my broccoli, which I've also let go to seed, but someone has been in here snacking, so I think this is where the rabbit is really going for a meal. Back out here, a couple more sunflowers. Although down at the base is where I've planted my peppers. There's some in there. Looks like we got a little flower. And then all of my tomatoes, which are beginning to set flowers, as well as what looks like it might be my first tomato, which is an indigo apple. And not far behind would be the Sweet 100s. I also have a couple of Amish paste tomatoes over here. Not growing very strong because they're too shaded by the sunflower. So I think I might go in and take away some of the bottom leaves of the sunflowers just to let more light in. So that's the main garden. Then in the tower garden where I have the strawberries, these strawberries are all doing very well. I've got one that's almost ripe. Another one on that side. These are the Annapolis strawberries that are doing great. Some more volunteer sunflowers that I haven't had the heart to pull, but I'm sure my husband doesn't like that they are in his landscaping. In the other tower, these ones are not doing so well. I've lost 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one is struggling. These are the Honeoy? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I don't think anyone does. Still gonna get a few strawberries though. This garden has mostly changed in landscaping. We got the fence up, enclosing the whole garden, so our puppy can no longer eat the mulch. I put up a little trellis there. Let's go ahead and go inside. I've got my 2 rose bushes are doing very well. This one's about to throw out another bloom. Baby asparagus, a little herb garden. This is my butterfly box, which has nasturtium, zinnia, butterfly weed, swamp milkweed, and dill. These lettuce boxes I need to clean up and put in the compost pile, although I'm going to try to save some of the seed from this one. I have a white milkweed, Shasta daisy, the white bleeding heart, and then my hollyhocks. I had hollyhocks here and they were eaten, and I have moonflowers coming up along this trellis. To the very back, my 3 apple trees. I did have one little baby apple, but it fell off. So no apples this year. Some more paste tomatoes that didn't fit in the garden. The asparagus is done for the season. I have, I think these 2 are pie melons. That one and that one should be honey nut squash. This is a honeymoon melon, and this is a single Lady Godiva squash. And then I have corn. I forget which variety this one is. And this is a different variety that is a hybrid that really had spotty germination. And I just need to go through and clean out the weeds. I'm probably going to put green beans in here since the rabbits keep eating them in the main garden. This fence, although rusty and dangerous, does a good job of keeping the rabbits out. Peach tree is doing well, though it did not bloom, so I will not get any peaches this year. I definitely need to thin out the branches a bit for next year. And then my blueberries. I've got 2 of the mini, what are these? North Blue. These are 2 North Blue. This one is the Legacy. This one is the Northland. And this one, which looks like it's going to be the first to be ready, is the Blue Ray. And then the Blue Crop. But look at how many blueberries. I'm excited for the blueberries. And then the last little thing to show you is that I did save tadpoles from our pool cover. I have them behind the greenhouse. There's about 50 in there. They're definitely much bigger than when I caught them. And I do a water change in here a couple times a week. Just water from the hose, which seems to be doing fine for them. I have them protected from the rain, because the rain from the greenhouse roof falls right here. So I have them protected from harsh rain, but still airflow. I will need to get something else in here so that when they get bigger and start hopping out, that they can get out, but they seem to be happy for now. And that's the end of the garden tour. See you guys next month.